A really fun activity coming up. We've got youth from all across the country that have joined us and have been journalists here all for the last 3 days. They started with the Army 10 Miler. They have been interviewing our leaders. They have been down in the pavilion area interviewing the exhibitors, and now they're here to show you how amazing they actually are. Please welcome Linda Dennis and a backpack journalist.
Takes us a minute. Is this on? Can you hear me? First, I'd like to tell you a little bit about who we are. We've been around soon 4 years. We build resilience. Our curriculum has been designed to build resilience through creative expression. Finding that expression, we call it finding one's voice. A lot of us took us a long time to find our voice. And what happens when we teach our writing and songwriting and photography and cowboy poetry? We have real cowboys, by the way. We find out that once a young person gets comfortable with expressing themselves through the written word, they get it. They begin to communicate with their parents, their peers. They write, they songwrite, they create music videos. They do all kind of cool stuff. And if you're an educator, you recently saw the report that came out about writing not doing so good in schools right now. So we have among us 35 top-flight adjunct professors, high school teachers, a lot from North Carolina, a lot from South Carolina, all across the nation who meet us at locations, and we work on the weekends into the night with these kids. The children before you, these youth, have won a spot to do what we call Cover the Assignment. Now, Cover the Assignment is one of our modules. We do have 36, real strong subject tracks where they learn the writing pieces and the photography and expression. But Cover the Assignment is real world, and this was real world the last 5 days. Thank you, Army National Guard, General Ingram, for opening the door at the Pentagon. Now, we didn't just go on a tour. We went to the defense media activity area. We spent hours learning about best practices on how you report the news. It was fabulous. I can't begin to tell you how great it was. We also had a trip to the chocolate shop, which was fabulous also. So that was a great morning. And then the afternoon, we went to the White House. Nope, we didn't go to see the dishes. We went to the press briefing room. The whole goal was to give these youth a day of this is how the news is reported. This is what it comes from. We also made sure they understood the difference between association and government and private enterprise and newspapers and best practices. So they had a full day on Friday. On Saturday, we went to the Health Expo where they worked me to pieces because they went out and they found veterans, wounded warriors, on the floor, brought them in, we filmed them, we interviewed them. It was just great. Thank you, Mama Lynch and the D.C. National Guard. Sunday, we were at the 10 Miler. Now, all of you need to realize that these youth at 5:30 in the morning don't do so well, but we use donuts, and that helped. So we supported the Hua booth with the Army Reserve, Army. It's fabulous. We showed up and we rotated through their tent as we gave out water and help. But most of that day was spent covering the assignment. They got to meet a Golden Knight. And when they were through interviewing him, he wanted a picture with them. So that's what a good job they did. They met with General Ingram. The Talley family was kind to give us time. But they also met with wounded warriors, the runners, and they collected and gathered stories. I want you to hear how many stories they have, all filmed, 23 so far, thousands of photographs, pads filled with notes. The average age before you is 13 to 17. They're all military. Stats, they've moved 33 times, 19 deployments, 15 siblings. We were asked recently, well, what's backpacks, metrics? Well, can you prove this works? Well, all we know to tell you is, if you Google backpack journalism, you'll get 1.4 million hits. If you Google a backpack journalist, military kids, you'll get 381,000. So something's going on out there with these kids and what they're writing and doing. I'm going to stop talking now because we have a special guest coming to you from Texas who could not be here today. excuse me, before we do that, I have failed to mention up on the screen are the nice people who helped us get here. From the GI Film Festival to Braveheart at Emory University, you're going to hear a little bit about that shortly, to the Education Center at the Wall, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund, ScoutCom representing Home Depot Foundation, also the Fort Benning Outreach Program, the Horsemanship. You'll see all of them listed up there. We have also been invited in to Washington next month. Some of these kids will be here as we sit on a panel to determine best practice coverage in journalism for the media. We're 1 out of 35 seats. Backpack was chosen by KU. We're real thrilled. And some of these kids will be there observing, watching as journalists across the nation decide how to best report. Last but not least is Club Beyond. We can't thank them enough. They're on a lot of military installations. We did a film on Club Beyond. You'll have to come see it. Hannah was in it. We showed up one night. We shot a lot of B-roll. It was great. And then we edited it when we came here. And we put together a 2.5-minute promo of Club Beyond by the youth for the youth. So that's in our booth. These are all the nice, lovely people who helped us get here. The last one at the top right, I've heard a lot about virtual learning. If you don't know about iHigh.com, that's 8,000 high schools that are online. Cox Media, Atlanta, Georgia, just came to us and kind of helped us connect with them. And you'll start seeing backpack journalists on iHigh.com with some of our modules. As we do, for example, typically on iHigh they broadcast school events, football. Well, you have a broadcaster standing there, right? They got to learn how to talk. They got to learn how to write. So we're partnering with them. Now, without further ado, I'm going to stop because these folks need to share some of themselves. Can we go ahead and bring her in from Texas?
Hi, my name's Kat Boynton. I'm so sorry I can't be there with you guys today. I'm back home taking a history test for my college history class that I really just couldn't afford to miss. My dad's in the Texas Army National Guard, where he's currently deployed to Afghanistan right now. I am on the Guard Team panel where I represent Region 6 of the United States and all the National Guard youth that are in those 5 states. I've been involved with Backpack for about 2 years now. Backpack wasn't a program that I first heard about and really had a strong desire to do, but I did it anyway along with the rest of my youth council in Texas. And from the first moment I walked onto Camp Mabry in Austin, Texas for the American Heroes and started talking to the people and taking pictures and interviewing and writing articles, and I found talents about myself that I didn't know that I had. Backpack has given me the opportunity to go to AUSA twice. I've gone to DECO. I've been involved in the PTSD Won't Stop Me music video, and one of the highlights that I have of Backpack is getting to go to Youth Challenge and be an assistant writing teacher for the workshop. And working with those at-risk kids, I learned lessons that you can't learn anywhere else, that no one can teach you. It impacted me more than almost anything else that I've ever done. Now I want to turn it over to all of my fellow backpackers. We're going to start with Evan Clark, who came up with the description unpredictable as the life of a military child.
Hello, my name is Evan Clark. I'm 12 years old and homeschooled in 7th grade. The achievement I'm most proud of is that my online tutor recommended me to go to the People-to-People World Leadership Forum for my leadership skills and my dedication to my work. Kids from all over the U.S. came. If I were to describe what the life of a military child is like using only one word, I would use the word unpredictable. Unpredictable because you never know when you might move or when a loved one might be deployed to Iraq or Afghanistan. Someone that helped me during my dad's deployment to Iraq in 2008 is my mom, who is also my teacher. I'm Evan Clark, a backpack journalist.
And yes, I am the young journalist that had the last question in one of General Ordinaro's press conferences. And I would just like to thank him for recognizing me and all the military youth out there.
Hi everyone, my name is Kiara Jackson. I'm 13 years old and my mom's in the Army Reserves. She's currently assigned to 200th MP Command in Fort Meade, Maryland. And whenever I get in high school and graduate with my honors, I would like to become a major in journalism or go to Duke University. Whenever I'm there, I would like to play basketball for their girls basketball team. And when I graduate college, I would like to play for the Los Angeles Sparks and be on the women's basketball team for the Olympics. This being my first time with a backpack journalist as a big event, I have gotten the opportunity to interview generals, veterans, wounded warriors, and the Golden Knight, but also go to places that not everybody gets to go to. And being in this experience has given me the chance to build my self-confidence and meet new people from all over the country that have become some of the closest people I can know. And I'm a backpack journalist.
Hi, I'm Jordan Jennings, and my family and I are currently stationed at Fort Benning, Georgia. My dad's in the Army. I'm 16 years old, and I currently attend Columbus High School. And my goal and my dream is to pursue a career in journalism at Northwestern University. I've had previous journalism experience. My old school was nationally ranked high school newspaper, but when I went to Columbus High School, I heard they didn't have one, so I decided to start one myself. And we were like a business. We sell advertisements, QR codes, setting up a website, and I'm proud to say that our first published issue of Out of the Blue News magazine will premiere November 2nd, so I'm excited about that. Although I've had previous journalism experience, I can't compare to these last few days. I've interviewed veterans with amazing stories. I've talked to generals. I was in a press conference. And I've been able to talk to people and leaders who have been able to combat the pressures of perfection. Through this experience, I've gained resilience, confidence, and a newly gained self-respect. So I'm not just a journalist, I'm a backpack journalist.
Hi, I'm Jura Alexia Mitchell. I'm 16 years old. My mom is currently with the DC National Guard. I'm so sorry.
You're doing fine. You're doing
fine. My youth coordinator, Mama Lynch, has really inspired me to become a backpack journalist. She has really inspired me for the past 6 years. I am the youth president for the DC National Guard's youth. I currently attend Crossland High School, where I am an indoor and outdoor track runner and a swimmer. I currently help my father deal with his PTSD, and it's hard, but we're getting through it. Being able to come on this trip has been really inspiring. I got to do things that many kids at my school have not been able to do. I got to go to the Pentagon and White House press room. I got to meet General Ingram and interview a wounded warrior. I'm not just a regular kid. I'm also a backpack journalist.
I'm going to try not to cry because I'm a really big crybaby. Okay, I'm going to read off this because it'll help me from crying. I'm Sharon Cavazos. I'm from a small town called Rocheron, just outside of Houston. My dad, Sergeant Cavazos, is in the Texas Army National Guard. I'm sorry, see, I'm already tearing up. Since my dad's first deployment, I have been a part of the Texas Youth Leadership Council, where I am and have been for the last couple of years the Region 5 representative for Southeast Texas, where setting up events for military children is only part of what I do. Traveling with TYLC is how I got involved with a backpack journalist, where I found my love for photography. When the Wall That Heals came to El Campo, Texas, I went and took pictures interviewing veterans and their families. Because of my work in El Campo is the reason why I'm here in Washington, D.C. I got the chance of a lifetime. Not many kids get to do that, which I think is amazing. I would have to say my favorite part of the last 5 days was not just going to the Vietnam Memorial Wall and seeing all the names and taking pictures and talking to some of the vets and their families, but also getting to meet and interview so many people here, veterans, wounded warriors, generals, the Olympic gold medalists, and families who also have stories to tell. I am a backpack journalist.
Well, some of you might know me from passing out flyers in our booth, but for those who don't, I am Miles Phillips. I live in Chillicothe, Ohio, and I'm 16 years old. My father is in the Ohio National Guard, and he's been deployed twice. One of the biggest things I ever struggled with being a military kid was, since he was been deployed when I was such a young age, was probably having to mature so quickly. So I could, because I thought if I matured quickly, it would make things easier for my mom. And it's been so good because there's been so many programs out there for military kids and so many camps and so many different things. And like a backpack journalist, it's been giving me an opportunity to let my voice be heard. I've been doing a bunch of wonderful things. Like I said, I live in Ohio, and as it's election year in Ohio, it's the swing state. I've been going to each political pep rally. Oh, I'm press credentialed, so I'm considered as actual press there. But I've been going to each political event that comes to my area and covering it, writing down what I see, taking pictures, interviewing people, and I've been putting together a report. I've been lucky enough to have my report be posted on CNN iReport. A backpack journalist is the best thing. I met so many wonderful friends and so many wonderful people, and it's giving me the opportunity because I want to go into this as a career. It's my goal to go to NYU and go to Stern and major in PR and public relations. So this is just helping me more and more in so many ways. I feel like it's helping all of us here. And I am proud to say that I'm Miles Phillips and I'm a backpack journalist.
Hi, my name is Jessica Hurlinger. I come from the small town of Hiawatha, Kansas, where I am the cheerleading captain and involved in just a lot of things. My dad and my grandpa are both retired from the Kansas National Guard. When my dad deployed in 2003, I was only 8 years old, so it was really hard for me. You could say that my life got turned upside down in just a matter of months. Not only did my dad and my uncle deploy, but my mom also went from being a stay-at-home mom to an on-the-go family assistant coordinator, and that really impacted me. I've been with Backpack, this is my first time, and just look at these people beside me who made me cry earlier, so that's why my nose is running. So it's just been really extraordinary, and each of us have a really unique story to tell, and I think I speak for all of us when I say that Backpack is about giving back. It's about letting the soldiers and the veterans and the service members just get their story out and help them to give them a voice too, because each soldier, each service member, each of us, we have our own story, and that's really important. So I'm really just thankful for getting this opportunity, and if it wouldn't have happened if I weren't a backpack journalist.
I can barely read my paper right now, so we're going to go with this. I'm Hannah Rauhu. I'm 14 years old, and my family and I are currently stationed at Fort Benning, Georgia, and my dad is in the Army. I'm a freshman at Columbus High School, and I'm also an active member of the Wonderful Club Beyond program on Fort Benning. Earlier this year, when I was in the 8th grade at Faith Middle School, I conducted a major research project on military PTSD, and it has taken me farther than I ever could have imagined. As a part of my research, I volunteered at the Wounded Warrior Horsemanship Program, established by retired Command Sergeant Major Sam Rhodes, and it was there that I caught the attention of a backpack journalist. And this was just the beginning of my incredible journey. So after completing and presenting my final project, which, happy to say that I did get a 100 on, woo! My research was taken to a whole new level. At the Memorial Day Braves game in Atlanta, Georgia, I had the opportunity to interview General Retired Pete Corelli because the Braveheart program, which was in correlation with Emory University, was running the game. So since then, I've produced many articles on PTSD, which have been published by Emory University, and I have also been interviewed by DECO. But the greatest part of this adventure of mine so far is being here for these past couple of days, covering the assignment in DC. We have done so many things, and not only has it boosted my self-confidence, but it's encouraged me to become a writer and pursue a career in journalism. And it's given me this glimpse of a bright possible future that I might choose to pursue. From covering the assignment at the Army 10 Miler for my first press conference with General Odierno to visiting the Vietnam Memorial Wall, this experience has just been amazing, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing that other kids don't get to have at all sometimes. This experience has opened doors, and I am incredibly blessed to have experienced this. And I can't imagine, I would not be standing here today in front of you if I had not been a backpack journalist.
Now for the next few minutes, you're going to see PTSD Won't Stop Me, written, performed, created, edited by military youth, all of us, in order to help bring awareness to PTSD across the nation. People just don't understand what it's like. We thank Divots, we thank the DOD folks for providing us the combat footage you're going to see. This is a very strong message. It was shown at DECO. And after DECO, we actually had top government psychologists, psychiatrists asking us, how did you know? This is how. They told us. Your children told us. Thank you.
Fatigues are in the closet, but I'm fully fatigued. My whole body's tired, but I can't go to sleep. My speech is slurred, vision is blurred. Man, I can't find the right words. High blood pressure, respiratory depression, it's regression. No wonder why I suffer from depression every night. My brain has to fight. I'm trying to decide whether it's left or right. I can't concentrate, confused, my mood changes. Trying to describe my feelings to total strangers. Bipolar, I'm jaded when my mind seems violated. Walking around with one pupil dilated. I'm slouched on the couch trying to let it all out. TBI, needs a bad taste in my mouth. Completely agitated from numbness and tingling. It's quiet late night, but my ears keep ringing. You're watching me on TV at your own leisure while I struggle with post-traumatic epileptic seizures. Rarely people glare, then stare at me. Doctors got me involved in occupational therapy. Crazy symptoms, but I ain't high on crack. I got the signature injury from a war in Iraq. Maniac as I panic back across the border, appearing paranoid. I'm shell-shocked from a mortar. We're all American warriors, male and female, being evaluated by the Glasgow-Coma scale. It's all aftermath of months overseas scrimmaging, CAT scans and magnetic resonance imaging. PTS are invisible wounds you can't see, and in due time we'll have dropped the D. We all need time and understanding, that's the key to make the chaos of the mind retreat.
Maybe just stay, you'll have our love every day. We'll keep going just the same, with hopes that you'll be well soon again. So this is truth, you can confide and trust. You're always here in the heart of all of us.
Now we found the courage to believe, and I I sell, just throw it in your backpack and put it on the shelf.
Forevermore, with respect for a better life. Forevermore.
Well, I think it's safe to say that a backpack journalist has stolen the show. Congratulations. We'll go on a little break now.